Welcome to Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. I'm Michelle Fitzgerald, aka Fitzy, and I'm an independent advisor with Creative Memories Scrapbooking, and I'm here to help you make your scrapbooks look fabulous. Today, I am not going to show myself because I am actually recovering from having COVID this week. It was a little, well, it was kind of a pain in the neck, I'm not going to lie. But I'm starting to feel better again, but not good enough to actually show my face. How's that? So anyway, we're just going to look at what I create and what I use to create, and that's fine, right? And I can wave to you with my hands. Hello. Okay. So right now, Creative Memories has a sale going on for the whole Polar Lights collection. So I thought I'd create something with Polar Lights to help you see how beautiful a collection it really is. Now, this has been out for a while, so it's not anything new, but I feel like it could be one of those collections that might have been flying under the radar for a while. The colors in this are right up my alley. If you know me well, you know I love those blues and greens, and you get a lot of them in this pack. And one thing in particular I'm going to show you and that I have worked with is this tearaway, or some people call it a cutaway sheet. So I do have another video where I created borders using all of these individual borders that I cut apart. And I'll link that to this video so you can go ahead and watch that. And I also did another video of borders using Polar Lights, and I believe it was Serene Waters vellum paper. And I've got a ton of that because I just love using the vellum. So I'll try to link that video as well, just so you can see some things that I have created using Polar Lights, because it's such a beautiful collection. And again, I feel like it's one of those that may have flown under the radar and you didn't know it was even there. All right, so let me show you what we're going to create. Today I'm going to be using the border sketch booklet, and I'm going to create this beautiful border. Let me hold it up close. So this is all made with Polar Lights collection. The only thing that wasn't from Polar Lights is the platinum shimmer that I used to punch out these little snowflakes right here. But everything else is from the from Polar Lights. Okay. So this is the border that I took the inspiration from. And if you have this book, let me get to the cover for you. It is called 110 Scrapbooking Border Ideas and Sketches. Okay. And then it's on page 63. That is the border that I'm working with today. All right. This is a really simple border to create. And I'm sure it would look good no matter what you use, but I really wanted to highlight the Polar Lights collection today since it's on sale. And I don't know about you, but I always love a sale. Now, I did use two Border Maker cartridges to create this. I used the poinsettia edge for this edging part here. And although it's supposed to be a poinsettia, I mean, it looks like snowflakes to me too, right? It's a versatile punch, which I love. And something that I wanted to point out, and this is just a little tip, when you're using a punch like this that has a lot of little intricate cutouts, use more of a tonal or solid color. Because originally what I wanted to do, I'm going to flip this over and show you, I wanted to use this because I love this print, but I feel like the border shows up, but it's not as prominent as it is on the reverse side using the tonal feature here, right? this is like a beautiful beige, white, neutral tone. And I just feel like the design shows up. It just really jumps out at you, right? Whereas on the other side, as much as I love the print, and some of the design shows up well, but some of it doesn't, in my opinion. It kind of gets lost in that busy print. So just a tip, when you're using a cartridge like this and it has small little intricate pieces that get cut out, you're better off using a solid color or a tonal sheet to create with. All right. So that's my tip there. Now I'm going to be using, and I just used scraps. None of these were full sheets of paper. And I'm just going to make a companion for this one. So that way I can get a 2-page spread out of it. So I used the back of the polar bears paper. I love this blue. I love the polar bears too. And you'll see that I did use that in the borders that I made in one of the other videos that I'll link to this one. And then we have, I like to call this the Starry Night paper. I don't know what it's really called, but that's what it just reminds me of. And the reverse side has those little greens, greenery, right? And that's really pretty too. But I thought with the snowflakes, I like this side better for what I was doing today. And then this is my nice neutral tone paper. It's like a chevron type print. And on the reverse side is this beautiful stripe, which I love. And I have used it in other things I've created. But for what I was doing today, I just felt like it was a little busy and wasn't going to work with what I wanted to accomplish. So I'm also going to be using from the laser cut border pack this beautiful snowflake border, and it's got a little bit of flocking on it, which is really pretty. Let me try and get this up close so you can see it. Now on camera, when I hold it up close, it looks like it's gray, but it's really a beautiful blue, very similar to this blue here. Okay. I don't know if it shows up well on the camera, but it's really more like this blue. And then we have some stickers. I'm going to be using the scallop blade on my trimmer, my 12-inch trimmer. And in addition to the poinsettia edge, I also used the snowflake circle strictly just to punch out these little snowflakes that I used as decorative pieces here with the border maker system. All right. So why don't we get started? I'm going to put some things to the side here. And I'm going to try very hard not to have a coughing fit in the middle of all this. So bear with me. Okay. So I'm going to take this first piece and I'm going to switch over to my scallop blade. And when I put my scallop blade into the trimmer, the scallop can cut 2 different ways. So you can get, let me show you this. You can get that scallopy look, right? But then you can also get, let's see if I can put this. Let's see if that helps you. If you look at the top piece, it's more of a pointed little edge that you get, right? And this is more, the bottom piece, more of the scallopy look. So scallops here and pointies here. So if I want to get the scallopy look, I'm going to make sure that the word scallop that's on the blade is facing to the left of my trimmer. Okay, that's my little tip. So I'm going to take my paper, and this one I am going to, first I should actually punch. So sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So take your poinsettia edge punch, and you can do this edging thing with any of the border maker cartridges or even a border punch where the border stays attached to the paper. That's the only thing you have to be concerned about. You just need to make sure it's one that will stay attached to the paper. All right, so I'm going to pull the trimmer out of my way for a sec and go ahead. And it's always good when you're using your border maker system to keep it on a nice flat surface. And I just want to make sure I'm locked in here. And I'm just going to go down and create that really pretty edge. All right. And if I have any stragglers, like this little piece here, I'm just going to cut it off. All right. So that's all set. I can put this over to the side. Get these scraps out of the way. Oops. Hold on one sec. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to bring my trimmer back up. And I'm going to put the side that I just punched at the 3-inch mark. Now, some of the tips are going to be taller than the others when it comes to the poinsettia, and that's okay. Just put the tallest edge to the 3-inch mark. So they're not all going to touch, but as long as those tall peaks touch, you'll be in good shape. All right. So we're just going to go ahead. And again, I have my scallop blade in my trimmer, and it's facing, the word scallop is facing to the left side of the trimmer. And I'm going to go ahead and cut. And now I have this really pretty decorative base piece. Isn't that nice? Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right. So that's the first thing. And the rest of this is scraps. You're not going to need any more. So you can put it to the side and use that for something else. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is cut the middle piece. And by the middle piece, I mean the blue, this lighter blue. All right. And my middle piece, oh, make sure you change your blade. So I'm going to make this with the straight blade. Let me just put my scallop away. All my blades store underneath. Isn't that nice? I never lose them. Oh, and I even have space to put an extra trimmer mat too. All right. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to line up at the 2-inch mark. And I've got my straight blade in the trimmer to make that straight cut. All right. So there's step 2. We're getting closer to done. Isn't that fun? All right. So the last thing we're going to do in terms of cutting is this Starry Night paper, that dark, dark blue. So I'm going to bring this over here. And this I'm going to cut at 1 3/4 of an inch. So I can actually cut it on the right-hand side of the trimmer, because that will let me cut up to 1 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to line it up, make sure it's correct, and give that a cut. All right, so my layers are now cut. Let me put the trimmer to the side for a bit. And let's get out the tape runner and do some adhering. So what I'm going to do now, put this to the side. I'm going to take my base piece and I'm just going to line it up again. So that top peak, because they're not all going to hit that 1-inch mark, but we're just going to line it up as best we can. And then I'm going to put some tape runner on my middle layer, which is the light blue. And I'm just going to center it on the base piece as best I can. And that looks pretty good. All right. And then I'm going to take my last layer here, the top layer, and put some tape runner on. And now I'm going to attach that as well. And I'm just going to center it onto the lighter blue. All right, now I'm going to take my snowflake border. Now there's two things you can do here. You can do what I'm doing and use your tape runner, but you could also put this on foam squares. I decided not to. I don't really know why. I tend to love using my foam squares, and I think it was because I figured I was going to put a lot of embellishments on using the foam squares. It turns out, though, I didn't do a lot of embellishing because as I got it all together, it was looking so pretty. I didn't want to overdo it. And I tend to be, for those of you who have seen my videos, I tend to be a never enough Nelly. And so, oops, hold on a second. Just trying to make sure this is straight. There we go. So I do tend to do a lot of embellishing. All right, so look at that. How cute and pretty is this? So now I did pick out another title, but I don't know if I would necessarily use it if I'm going to put this across a 2-page spread. But basically, all you have to do for a title is pick out something you like. And I just put it a little ways in, maybe about 2 inches in from the side, and put it down. So let me move this out of the way. And we'll put these up here, just so you can see. All right. But won't that make a really cute and pretty 2-page spread? And then what I did is I took some of those little snowflakes that I punched out from the Snowflake Circle BMC. And I did take my foam squares. And if you've never done this before, let me just show you what I do. Even these small foam squares can sometimes be a little too big. So I'll just go ahead and cut them while they're still on the sticky sheet. And I just cut them in half. And now they'll fit on something that's even smaller. Okay, just so you can see that. And that's what I did here. So I think what I would do when I'm embellishing, I always make sure I keep it to odd numbers. Odd numbers have more of, it draws your eye in more so than an even number does. I don't know why that is, but it does. So I could just kind of sprinkle these around like so. Maybe do another one here. All right. So just kind of sprinkle around. So my second border won't be quite as decorative as the first one because I have the title on this one. But like I said, because I'm going to put this on a 2-page spread, I don't feel the need to put a title on this one, but I could if I wanted to. Or perhaps I could put this at the bottom of a page and put a title on as well. So, I mean, I could do whatever I want to do. It's my page, right? But just some options so you could see how this works. And then what else I did is I used a gem from the gems that come with this collection in the embellishment pack and the colors. Look at the colors. Oh, these are so my colors. Blues and greens and whites, just beautiful. All right, so I did put a little gem over here next to the snowflake. So let me hold this up again. And I'm sorry this was a quick one, but I'm not totally 100% yet, but I didn't want to completely miss this week either because I love creating. And when I saw they were having the sale on the polar lights, I thought, oh, I can create something really easy with that because I had no problem creating with this collection. I love it. So I've done a lot with this. So I will link a couple of those videos on other things I've done with this collection to this video, so you can check it out. If any of the polar light stuff interests you, or if anything else interests you, please feel free to visit my website. I am at www.creativememorys.com/user/Michelle Fitz. And as always, you can always reach out to me through email. My email address is fitzy'sfabulousscrapbooks@gmail.com. And it's all right here. Look at, I do all that so you can see. And then we do have a Facebook group. Our group name is FRQ Glitz Girls Scrapbooking Group. And all you'll have to do is just answer a few questions and agree to the group rules, and we will approve you to be able to join. We just like to make sure we're letting real people in and not little robots and whatever else is out there, scammers. We don't like that. So if you enjoyed this video, I hope you will hit the like button, and I hope you will also subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe, if you click on the little bell icon and then just click the little area where you can get notified every time my videos come out. I put out a new video every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I guess we're still in daylight savings time over here, so, but not for long, a couple more weeks. But for now, Eastern daylight savings time. All right. Please drop a little comment in the comments field tonight and let me know how you're doing. And if you enjoyed this video, do you like polar lights as much as I do? Because I absolutely love this collection. All right. So let me know, put something in the comments. I hope you're all doing well. And I hope you enjoyed this little border technique tonight. All right. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate all of you so much. And I will see you next week. And hopefully next week I will feel well enough to show my face. That is my plan. We'll see how it goes. All right. Thanks, everybody, and have a wonderful night and a great week. Bye for now.